The month of February. All right, the month of February. Let's talk about it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the planetary aspects that are happening, and then after we talk about that, or I give you those dates, thank you. Then we'll go into the individual rising signs, and we'll be talking about where the sun and the new moon is going to be highlighting, where the full moon will be falling, and we'll talk about where Venus will be impacting you for this month. So, as always, my astrological content is primarily geared towards your rising sign, which I always suggest if you are going to consume any type of astrological content, you want to be listening for your rising sign first. You also may hear it as your ascendant. Next, you want to listen for your sun sign, and you can also listen for your moon sign. If you listen for all three of these signs, this will give you a well-rounded overview of the energies that will be impacting you, and you'll be able to recognize when those energies are impacting your rising sign, your sun sign more, or your moon sign. And again, your moon sign is going to be reflective of what is happening to you on an internal level. Your rising sign is what is astrologically happening in real time for you. And your sun sign is more of those general things that are going on with you. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Before I forget, if you do not have your rising sign, you can go online and you can Google it at, you can put in free birth chart calculator or free natal chart calculator. Just choose one. Doesn't matter which one you choose. You're going to enter your date of birth, your place of birth, and most importantly, your time of birth. Please make sure the time of birth is correct, because this is going to determine what your rising sign is, which is very, very important. Now, you can go ahead and do that. Starting off the month on February the 5th, Mercury, the sign of communication, transportation, and all those things that have everything to do of the exchange of information, it's going to go into the sign of Aquarius. So with Mercury going into the sign of Aquarius, this is going to be conversations geared around technology. We're going to have a lot of conversations geared around innovation, a lot of conversations geared around moving forward, because Aquarius represents how we're moving forward in the world. So a lot of conversations around our long-term goals, what we see for ourselves, our desires, things of that nature will occupy the exchange of information that we have going on. The next thing is going to be on February the 6th, the asteroid Pallas, Pallas, enters into the sign of Sagittarius. And I think this year for me, I'm going to get more into researching and inputting some of the asteroids into my content. But the asteroid Pallas is entering into Sagittarius. And what this will do is this will kind of ignite for some people a really broader view on their beliefs. Okay, since we're entering into the sign of Sagittarius, this will be you opening up your mind to your new belief system, how you see the world. This could open up some of us to different ways of worshiping, new philosophies around religion. This could also ignite a desire for learning. So education could be on the agenda with regards to this asteroid. On February the 9th, our new moon, which is representative of new beginnings, this is where we want to plant our seeds of intention. This is where we want to start our manifestations, will be in the sign of Aquarius. Keep in mind, Aquarius is about innovation, forward thinking, forward movement. This is an air sign, so this is all about the mind. So for me, with you doing your intentions around with the energy of the new moon, this is going to be a lot of speaking your intentions into existence, and also writing down your intentions into existence. This will support you on bringing those things into fruition. So as we move forward with the content for this year, depending on where the new moon and what sign it's going into, I will let you know what would be the best way to do manifestation. So because it's in Aquarius of the mind, let's write down our intentions. Let's speak our intentions into existence around this new moon. February the 13th, Mars the planet of initiative, the planet of passion and drive and moving forward. It's going to enter into the sign of Aquarius. February the 16th, Venus, our smallest benefic planet, which represents love, money, creature comforts, all the things that we consider things that we love, beauty, aesthetics, all of that will be entering into the sign of Aquarius. On February the 18th, the sun will leave the sign of Aquarius and move into the sign of Pisces. So February the 18th, we get a change and we go into Pisces season. February the 23rd, Mercury leaves the sign of Aquarius and goes into the sign of Pisces. Now, Mercury in the sign of Pisces is not necessarily the best placement for Mercury, because Mercury is the planet of the mind, and Mercury is the planet of the details. So Mercury wants to know everything there is to know about any and everything. It is very particular about the information that it receives, the information that it puts out, the exchange of information, and it wants to know how everything works in great detail. Now, when you take a planet that is so analytical like this and you enter it into the sign that is like Pisces. First of all, Pisces is a water sign. And for me, Pisces is the most intuitive, imaginative, and dreamy sign of the zodiac. So those two things don't particularly work well together, because Mercury is all about what are the details in this thing that we're trying to come up with, and Pisces is like, I don't have any details. It's all in my mind. It's all in my imagination. I don't know how we're going to get there. I just know, I feel like this is a good idea. I feel like this is the direction that we should be going in. So Pisces is all about the feeling, about the imagination, and Mercury is about the details. So again, Mercury doesn't really do its best in this sign, but it is here, and that's where we are. So for me, I would advise you not to make a lot of major decisions around this time, because again, it's just not, there's no clarity there. Unless you're someone that is very intuitive and you're going to listen to your gut, and you do better when you listen to your gut, I would say that's great for you. But if you're someone that's very analytical, needs all the details in front of you, February may not be the best month for you to be making those types of decisions. Someone says, I have a dream, LOL. Yes, Martin Luther King, I have a dream. And Pisces actually is the sign of dreams. So we want to be careful, what we're doing and initiating around this time. And the final pass will be on February the 24th. The full moon will go into the sign of Virgo. So the full moon is about endings, adjustments, acknowledgments. It's also about the revelation of things that we need to see, because the moon will be at its brightest when it's full. This will be a time where you can get some clarity or get some vision, or you can get some knowledge of a situation that may have kept you in the dark, quote unquote. So this is going to be around the sign of Virgo. You don't like when someone said, I don't like when the moon is in Virgo. You don't like when the moon is in Virgo? The emotions get real critical. I have a Virgo moon, and I know how I process my emotions, and everything is very critical and overanalyzed. So I kind of understand what you're talking about with that full moon going into Virgo. So does anyone get into the individual rising sign? So once I get to your rising sign, if it is your rising sign, please put it in the comments so I'll know who I'm talking to on this live. And we're going to get started. We're going to start at the top of the zodiac, as I always do. With Aries, we're going to do Pisces rising, sun or moon. The sun, new moon, and Venus is going to be in your 12th house, the house of healing, the house of closure, the house of trauma. So we're going to have energy around, again, addressing any underlying issues, addressing any old hurts, old traumas that need to be addressed. With that sun being there, I don't think that you're going to be able to kind of turn a blind eye to these things anymore. This is supporting you on your healing journey that some of you may need to be on. This also supports in the 12th house, starting therapy, getting some mental health type of assistance at this time. This could also put you in way of taking a long distance trip for your mental health. All right. And with the full moon being in your 7th house, we are going to be looking at relationships. Full moons, endings, adjustments, acknowledgments. This is going to have you focusing on the dynamics of your one-on-one relationships. That could be romantic, marriage, business, family, and really focusing on how these dynamics and how these relationships are working for you or against you. It is a full moon. Could we see an ending to some of these relationships? Yes. But the ending it may be hurtful, but it is also for the betterment of yourself. So how you do relationships could definitely come into focus during this month for Pisces rising. So, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.